Okay, I had to remake this entire video because apparently the point didn't come across and I did things I should not have done. I thought it would just be funny in the beginning just to show how he would respond and all that. Kind of just do my usual material, but I should have realized it would come across as hostile, harassment, and all that. So this time there's going to be no jokes. I'm also going to avoid repeating myself because I really don't want to do that because I was doing it without realizing it. So let's cut the chit chat and get right into it. So first of all, yes, I've seen the comments. I know everybody that the game was 35 bucks and it was an old game remastered and it was buggy on release. I understand. I really do. I understand that everyone has the right to be mad if a game releases like this and at that price. But we don't even know what went behind the scenes. Like, were they? I'm pretty sure they said they were aware before the release and they're trying to fix it. But it's patched now and it's fixed and everyone's saying it's okay now. There's more servers, everything's working fine. But my point I was trying to make and call him out for, and by the way, people do these kind of videos all the time, so I don't know why people are singling me out. I'm not trying to start a YouTuber war or anything. I'm just making content like others do and calling out for their behavior. Because what he did was well, I was gonna say a bit immature, but no, it was pretty immature. So first of all, in a video talking about the game, he said he was willing to be patient if it means the game will get patched and fixed. But he didn't really stay true to his word because he made multiple tweets in one day, by the way, saying about how angry he was, even directly insulting the game testers. Like, is this really their fault? Maybe the build was actually working, but as they progressed, glitches occurred. Not all games are flawless on release. Let's take No Man's Sky, for example. That game, when it was announced, had so many promises, but when the game came out, there was just unfulfilled promises. There was little content, people got bored, blah blah blah. But as time went on, they released free updates that brought in not only what was promised, but added even more. And now the game went from having a bad launch to being the most beloved games of all time. Well, not of all time, but it's better now. It went from being universally panned to being loved now. It's playable for people. Battlefront 2, loot crates. Heroes were locked. You had to either spend a lot of money or play for a few years or something. I can't remember the amount that someone found out, like, to unlock Darth Vader. I think it was like a few months, I think. I don't know. But they heard the community, made an update, changed it. Heroes are now accessible. They did the card system better, and now the game was loved. They added more and more updates that were praised. Everyone loved it. They added supremacy, and the game went from having a bad start to being loved. Would you rather be like Fallout 76, having the worst game launch of all time, promising things that they would never deliver and no refunds? At least they listened and fixed the glitches, and not only that, made something so if you find a new glitch, you can tell them and they can add it in a patch. So at least they're listening. But the fact that he's going as far as to announce, I think I'm going to change my profile picture because of the game's launch, and making multiple tweets about how angry you are, it's like, is that behavior necessary? There are Steam reviews, negative Steam reviews, by the way, of the classic collection. And they were more mature than he ever was about it. He was obviously overreacting, but other people on the reviews were expressing how they felt, but they didn't go overboard and just calmly expressed that the game was in an unplayable state and waiting for a patch, blah blah blah. But you can just tell how angry he was. Like, I was just trying to assure him, by the way. I just, like, not all games have a good start. They relax, be patient. They are aware and they're working on a patch. But apparently, he got mad and blocked me for it. And not only that, there were other people calling him out for his behavior. Some even saying he was doing this for attention. And to be honest, I think I agree. Because if you're considering changing your profile picture because you don't support of how the game's being treated and all that, you don't need to announce it. That's more like something you should think on your own. Because that's clearly calling attention, like, hey guys, they messed up the game. I think I'm going to change this and that because I don't approve of how they're treating the game. It's like, nobody cares. It's a profile picture, you know? It's just like, if you want to change it, change it. If you don't want to, then change it. But if you're doing that because you wanted someone's opinion, you could have simply made a poll asking if you should change or not. Otherwise, just keep it to yourself. I don't know why you have to make so many tweets about your frustrations. I understand it was $35 for a broken game, but you do not have to constantly rant non-stop. That's not the appropriate way. That's how a child would react. You're a grown man. You could have simply just made one tweet expressing how frustrating it is. You can express your anger, but just make one tweet and be mature about it. You don't have to constantly keep going. And furthermore, you should not take your anger out on your own viewers. I got upset with Dragon Ball Legends, but did I harass my own viewers for it? No, I didn't take my anger out on them. Well, you can tell I was frustrated at the time because it was around the same time, but I didn't block people. The only time I would ever mute them from my channel is if they were trolls and they were just going way too far with their insults. I did not do what Star Wars HQ did. It's okay to be angry, but don't go too far. Because of that, seeing how he behaved, I lost respect for him. I was watching his content for years. He'd be my go-to whenever there was news for Battlefront and all that, and I would always watch him. But the fact that he has this side that's like a man-child, it's just like, how can I respect you if you don't not only respect others, but just jump the gun? You overreacted, and you're taking out on me when all I was doing was just assuring you they'll fix it? Was it necessary? And yet for some reason, when I make a call-out video like many other YouTubers do for celebrities, Twitch streamers, and YouTubers, that not only did I not see anyone have any problems with these, for some reason, I was singled out. I'm the asshole. Is this really the generation we're in? That the victim becomes the aggressor when I'm just trying to make content like others do and call out somebody for their behavior? I may not support his content anymore, but I'm not saying you should too. If you feel like how I feel, that you can't respect him because of this childlike behavior, then okay, that's how you feel. But if you still enjoy his content and support him, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to force you. I'm not saying you should unsubscribe and hate him and all that and pan him on Twitter, but he needs to be called out for this behavior. It should not be allowed to just let slide. I'm just getting it out there. But if you want to spam the dislike and harass me and shit on me regardless because I made a call out video like everybody else whenever someone else acts out of line, then whatever, go ahead. Honestly, I'm just surprised this is the generation that the victim is the one that gets blamed. Even though Star Wars HQ went too far. But anyway, I don't want this to go farther than 10 minutes. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Farewell, everybody.